Now let's get to tonight's game. Minnesota at Dallas Mavericks 2, 1.5, depending on where you find the line. Why is Dallas only 2, Gilbert? Does this mean Minnesota has a real shot to take this thing back to Minneapolis tonight?
This is another series that doesn't feel like it should be 3-0. The Timberwolves have played really bad basketball and have still had opportunities and chances to win. So I think that the spread is indicative of them thinking that maybe the Timberwolves can get it together. Maybe Karl-Anthony Towns can kind of get out of this awful slump that he's having at the worst possible time. Anthony Edwards was very aggressive in game 3, but still couldn't do enough in that fourth quarter. The absence of Derick Lively II, who had that neck injury that looked really scary in game 3 as well. I think they'll feel that because he's played such a big role for the Mavericks in this series. But to say that it's pretty much a toss-up, it's really interesting to see how that goes. So I do like the Timberwolves' chances just because they need to get one. They've had a few stinkers, so if they can just play the level that they played in that Denver series, I think they can send this back to Minnesota, but I don't think that they have a chance of winning this series.
Yeah, what's interesting is on FanDuel, if it goes 5 games and ends, I mean, Gilbert, plus 340. That's a nice little number there over on the FanDuel Sportsbook. Look at 5-1 if it goes 6 games, but I guess that's kind of what you're playing for tonight. If you do take Minnesota, why take them on the money line? Just take plus 340 to go 5 games.
Yeah, that's great, especially if you really believe in the fact that they can do this, have some pride, and not get swept. We know that no team has ever come back from 3-0. So, not even worry about thinking about that, but the fact that they do have talent and you can bank on those guys just kind of showing up. We saw them have that big comeback in game 7 against the Nuggets. So if anybody's capable of at least kind of doing something and performing with their backs against the wall, it's this Wolves team.
And finally, the Finals MVP. The odds are up on FanDuel. Tatum is the favorite, followed by Luka Doncic and Jaylen Brown. Do you see anybody else in the mix potentially there?
Given the narratives of Kyrie Irving, that I could see him having a series where he turns in some legacy performances that, especially if he's playing, well, he will be playing against his former team if he advances to the NBA Finals. So there's going to be a narrative there with Kyrie Irving and the Celtics. So he could have a series. He's definitely seemed like he's ramping up as the playoffs have gone on. We saw what he did in game 1 of this Timberwolves series when he really kind of took over, and he had a big game last night in game 3 as well. So Luka Doncic is definitely the head of the snake, and he's the engine, and everything goes as he goes. But Kyrie Irving does have that big game capability, as we've seen during the 2016 finals and what he was able to do and hit those big shots.
Yeah, he does. Now Gilbert, as soon as the NBA gets to the finals, is it odd? Is it odd to you, like it's odd to me, the fact that if Dallas wins tonight, there's no game for a week?
It is odd. It is very odd. I think they didn't anticipate there being 2 sweeps in each conference final series. I don't know if that's ever happened before, but it certainly doesn't happen often. So I'm sure that they at least could get some teams some rest, especially given the injuries, and hit the reset button. Maybe we could see a little bit healthier Luka Doncic and definitely see Kristaps Porzingis. But, you would think that they might try to move things around a little bit, but it's about getting it on TV when they can in prime time.
Yeah, I mean more than a week. I think 9 days is when the first game would start, which is kind of crazy. It's like the Super Bowl. All right, Gilbert, great to catch up with you. Thanks for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me, Craig.